So today we're going to take a look at what is the difference between the Riddell and the Schutt mini helmets. So maybe you're new to collecting mini helmets, maybe you have one of the kinds, but maybe you're interested in what the difference might be. We're going to go over what you can expect to be different between the two types of mini helmets. So Riddell and Schutt. So I got two of them right here, one Schutt, one Riddell right here, one of the Gators. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at what all the differences will be. But first, there's some things we can go over that you won't see on each one. So the first will be the price. Almost always you're going to find the Riddell helmets will be $1 or $2 more expensive. So not too much difference, but they will be a little bit more expensive. The next will be the variety. From what I have found, the Schutt helmets will have a lot more of the alternate helmets, maybe some older styles. And so if you're looking for a little bit more than just the normal helmet for each team, the Schutt is probably be a better option to give you more choices to pick from. The Riddells seem to be a little bit more popular. If you're looking to add on some bumpers to the front, the decals to the front or in the back, a lot of times the people that make those will make those only for the Riddell and will not make them for the Schutt. Some people will make them for both and you can choose, so you'll just have to kind of look, but just know you'll probably have more options with a Riddell if you're looking to do some kind of after the purchase add-ons to it. So let's take a little bit closer look now at the actual helmets. Okay, so first we're going to start with the face mask. And so as you can see here, the edges are slightly different face masks. Overall, they're pretty similar, but there are some differences in how they look. Schutt face masks feel more like a real metal, nice and hard, kind of just feel like the real deal. The Riddell, on the other hand, is really plasticky. Definitely feels much cheaper. It looks nice, but that feel to it is cheaper. The other part of the face mask to note is the clips. And so the clips on the Schutt look a little bit more cheap than they will on the Riddell. The Riddell look more realistic, like you see a little bit harder plastic versus the Schutts have this really soft plastic on it. Both of them have the similar types of screws to attach to it, but it's really those clips that are a little bit different. The next item is the overall shape. The Riddell is a little bit more round at the top, whereas the Schutt kind of just has this angle more going straight up. And so if you set it down and it's laying flat, personally I like the Riddell look just a little bit more. The Schutt one, if it's sitting flat on a surface like this, it just doesn't look as nice from a distance. If they're hanging up on something and they're sitting there, then it's going to be pretty similar. But if they're sitting flat with the face mask and the bottom on a table or on a surface, that will be a little different right there. And then as previously mentioned, the back bumper on the Schutt, it's pretty small. There's not a lot there, where the Riddell has this long edge here. It makes good for putting some kind of bumper back here. You can get a lot more letters on it that aren't too small. The Schutt is pretty condensed. Schutt helmets almost always come with an American flag sticker. So one thing to notice the location. Normally on an actual team's helmet, you'd see the sticker of the flag back here. But for the Schutt, they put it off to the side so you can kind of see it when it's on display from the side there. So not in its probably normal location, but they always come with a sticker. Riddell does not have that. They'll have the warning sticker, but they won't have any American flag for the most part. Sometimes you might find one that does, but that's something you can buy afterwards and always put it on if you like to see that American flag back on the helmet. You can always add that later. But next, let's look at the inside of the helmet. This is the Riddell. It's pretty basic. There's some padding in there, but it's not anything close to what a normal helmet would look like. It's pretty minimal on the inside. The Schutt, on the other hand, has a lot more going on in here, a lot more padding to look a little bit more realistic from the padding standpoint. That's not really a big deal. You don't really see the padding too much when they're on display. It's not anything you're going to see too often, so it's definitely not the biggest thing. But if you're down to the small details, the Schutt will give you a little bit more than the Riddell does. Then, of course, you have the shell design on the outside. The ear holes are pretty similar these days on the Schutt and the Riddell speed here. But the other part is the Riddell speed helmet has the holes up on top. The Schutt doesn't. So if you're looking to make your own and you want to put graphics on here, sometimes you run into issues with these holes. But if you're just buying a standard helmet that already comes with the logos on it, not an issue. But if you're looking for maybe something that doesn't have those holes, just a little bit more clean look, the Schutt, fully solid, will give you that. So there you kind of have it on the details of the difference. It's really small details that are different. There's not anything too big different between a Schutt and a Riddell. If you're just going to look to buy it straight from the retailer and not do anything with it, you can't go wrong with either one. They're both good. I have a number of both kinds. You know, it just kind of depends on the situation I'm looking for. I probably look more at the Riddell first, then the Schutt, but I definitely have a number of Schutts and I'm happy with them. So those really the minor details. What's more important to you? How are you going to display it? Things like that. If you have any questions, further questions, put them down in the comments down below. Check our other videos on other things we have going on with mini helmets, opening boxes, customizing them, things like that. So see you next time.